Recently, Tesla started offering extended warranties, beyond the 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper that already comes with the car. I just so happen to have a car that is going out of warranty next month. What do I do? All right, longtime viewers of the channel know that I have a 2019 Tesla Model 3 SR Plus. Bought it in May of 2019, and we're coming up on May of 2023, which means that's our 4-year mark. Now, the mileage is around 46,000 miles, so that's not an issue. I mean, I don't think I'm going to drive that much in the next month or so. So it's about the years, and the 4-year mark, it's going to expire. Recently, as you might know, Tesla started offering extended warranties. Now, for the Model 3, it's an extra 2 years or 25,000 miles for $1,800. So here's my dilemma. The car's been perfect. I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. Now, I understand both sides of the coin. I understand Tesla has done the math. They are going to, more often than not, win on this equation. They are playing on our fears that something might go wrong and something big might go wrong, and you don't want to be on the hook for that. I understand that. That's the nature of insurance. That's the nature of extended warranties of any kind. iPhone, electronics, TVs, cars. They are playing on that fear that you want that peace of mind should something happen. That said, a lot of people out there are kind of confused. At least on Facebook, I've noticed, they say, well, it doesn't even cover the battery. Why would you do that? It doesn't cover the battery. The battery and the drivetrain have their own separate warranty. I'll throw it up here on the screen. And it has nothing to do with the bumper-to-bumper at this point. The bumper-to-bumper is covering things like the screen, the charger. Most people don't know that the charger is actually in the car, not the plug that the cable you plug in. That's called an EVSE, if you really want to know the technical term of it. I call it a charging cable. The charger is actually in the car, and that does all the converting, AC to AC, AC to DC, DC to DC. It does all that stuff. That's in the car. That's expensive. But the motors and the battery, yes, those are high-ticket items. Yes, those are expensive. But those are covered on a much larger, much longer warranty. So, not worried about that. This is about, door handles going bad, or locks, or windows not going up, or stuff like that. Those are the things that this particular warranty is going to cover. Now, in my case, I don't think I'm going to go the 25,000 miles, so it's all about the 2-year mark on my Model 3. So the question remains, how much am I willing to gamble? Do I think the car will be fine? And even still, here in April, I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. Most of the time, I don't keep cars long enough, really, to worry about it. I kind of trade them in at the 3-year 36. Tesla's actually kind of generous with their 4-year 50,000 mile, and then the much longer on the battery and the motors. So at this juncture, for my Model 3, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I would love your feedback, both sides of the coin. Like I mentioned, we all know that Tesla is going to win on this equation more often than not. They're going to make more money than they're going to lose by having to do repairs. That's just the nature of things. So I think it comes down to my particular car, my particular situation, and what I feel comfortable with gambling. Now, this car, my Model 3, has had 0 problems. It's never even seen a service center. That said, things do age, things do wear out. Like I said, doors, locks, windows, hoods, all kinds of weird stuff can go wrong. Visors, things you don't really want to spend $300-400 or up to $3,000 on something like that. So air conditioning unit, AC, HVAC, that's like a $3,200 thing alone. Things I've seen online, high mileage Teslas, I've seen them doing really well and not needing a thing. I'm part of the groups that there's some high mileage Facebook groups on there, and I'm not seeing anything too alarming. Now, that said, something could happen. You just don't know these days. You really, really don't know. So I'm still wrestling with that situation. I am leaning toward not doing anything and just letting it lapse and going forward with the battery and the motor situation. Now on this car, I'm sitting in my Tesla Model Y Performance. It's a 2022 model. Let me see what we're looking at here. Mileage, we're already at 26,000 miles on this car, and we are not even at the 2-year mark. So this car is going to go out of warranty on the mileage and not the year. It's completely opposite. So on this car, it's a $2,000 upfront, and then don't forget there's a $100 deductible on any repairs. But if you're, replacing an HVAC situation, $3,200, it doesn't matter at that point. So on this car, on the Y, I might go ahead and spring for it, because this car, I'd like to have a little extra years and mileage on the clock because we've blown through so many so fast. That's a different situation. Also, we haven't had the car as long as the other one to know if it has any problems. At the moment, this car has never seen the service center. There's been some very minor problems, one of which is the rear spoiler. I'm on my 3rd rear spoiler. Completely, who cares, right? I mean, eventually they'll get it right or they don't. It's a superficial looks kind of thing. So that's what I'm leaning on right now, or leaning toward on these 2 particular cars. My 2019 Model 3, I'm thinking of letting it lapse unless you convince me otherwise. And on my Model Y, I'm leaning toward doing it. So I'm kind of splitting the difference on the 2 cars as well, rather than spending the nearly $4,000 on extra warranty, just the $2,000 on the Y. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. People are totally polarized on this particular topic, and I would like to hear your sides of both sides of the coin, hopefully before mid-May. I think May 20th or something like that is when I bought the car, and that's when it expires, and that's when I can't, renew and buy the 2-year 25,000 mile extra. So as always, I totally appreciate each and every one of you. By the way, oh, so exciting! 6,000 subscribers. 6,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm blown away. Blown. Mind is blown. So thank each and every one of you for watching, subscribing, hitting the bell, and all that stuff. And I will look for you down in the comments, and I'll check you out on the next video. Thanks so much for watching Tesla Tips and Trips.